Hello, welcome to Just the Dis. We talk about Blu-rays here. My name is Brian, and I'm just going to talk about and show you what's in this package. Maybe you haven't watched one of many numerous videos that folks have done, highlighting this stuff, and or maybe you just want to watch another one. As you can see, I got the Don't Panic pajamas. They were available for sale again, and I was bummed I had missed them the first time they came round. So now I can be like that. And the minute my wife saw these, she was like, "What the heck is that?" And was saying that like our son had pajamas like that. And so I got to show her Don't Panic so she knows how special these pajamas are. But regardless, it's nice to have a good pair of PJs. I haven't had a good pair of PJs in a long time. So let's get into this here, okay? This is an unboxing video or haul, but I'm not reviewing these. So I do get occasional comments where people, seem to be thinking that I'm doing a review when in fact I'm just kind of showing a haul. And so apologies to those people who are expecting a review of this stuff. I literally just got it, so I'm just kind of showing you what it is. And as I understand it, some people like to just see the stuff. So that's kind of what this is. I'll start with Surf 2, which is the one in this package I'm maybe most excited about, although my revisit could be disappointing. I know there have been some folks who have seen this that did not like it at all. I have heard it compared to Trauma, that sort of Trauma energy, and it's a goofball movie. I barely remember it. I remember Eddie Deason is a mad scientist named Menlo who is, he's got some sort of vendetta against surfers, and there's a big surfing competition, and Eric Stoltz is in this, and there's this cola called Menlo, it's called Buzz Cola. Anyway, it sounds goofy. Here's the, I'll show you the alternate artwork on all of these just so you can get a sense of what that looks like. This is the original artwork from the VHS of Surf 2, and I always love that this is called Surf 2, the end of the trilogy, but it's the only movie in the series. So not only is there no trilogy, and why would you end a trilogy with the second part, but regardless, this is it. So I've always found that a unique and entertaining title choice. But so this one really cool because you got a nice booklet in here, a really thick booklet, and we have two different discs here. We have the original director's cut on that disc and special features, and then we have the theatrical cut on this disc here. So, again, God bless Vinegar Syndrome for really taking this stuff seriously, Not only are we going to put out this weird, goofy, off-the-wall, trauma-adjacent comedy, but we're going to get you the director's cut, which I don't think has ever been available, and we're going to give it a ton of special features. I mean, look at all that stuff. An extended making of documentary with, interviews with a bunch of folks involved, the commentary track with the director on the director's cut, and on the theatrical cut, a commentary track with Eddie Deason. And then a commentary track with Zach Carlson and Brian Connolly. And I'm a big fan of both of those guys. In fact, we just did a Patreon episode of Pure Cinema with Brian Connolly and his partner Andros Jones about their podcast called The World Is Wrong, which is a really great podcast sort of about underrated movies. And so I got to talk to Brian, and he was very nice, and I interviewed him years ago. But anyway, Zach Carlson came with Lars Nilsson from the Alamo to LA, and I think this comes up in the documentary, I'm told. They were touring with a group of films, calling it, I think, Cinemageddon or something, or Cinepop. I can't remember what it was called now. But I remember Surf 2 was one of them. And so I saw Surf 2 in a theater, I think it was the New Beverly, actually. And it was wild with the crowd, It was super fun. So I could be rose-colored glasses remembering it that way. But anyway, point being is that I remember Zach giving a good intro to Surf 2, but I do not remember what he said. So I'm sure in his commentary he'll give a sense of whatever he talked about in that. So anyway, Surf 2, very exciting. Then we have, I'm always excited about the VSA titles. So this is probably the next one I'm most excited about. Champagne and Bullets, also known as Get Even or Get Even or whatever. One of those crazy vanity projects where you have the guy himself who stars in the movie, and John DeHart is his name, and wrote and did everything on the movie basically, and I just remember this one is out of its mind bonkers, like the kind of movie that you watch and you go, oh, movies can be that crazy, movies can be that unhinged, movies can be so far afield from traditional Hollywood product. They can be this whole other thing. So I flipped the artwork on this one already. You can see that basically your artwork has both of these. You can have either one. And it's got, of course, the classic, very tricky to get the disc in and out of, but still really cool VSA slipcase. And yeah, they went all out for this one. This one is, long time been unavailable, and again, fans of bonkers cinema will not be disappointed. I'm not even going to go through the plot. Don't read about it. Don't do anything. Just maybe you can watch a trailer if you want, but they got, it's newly scanned and restored in 2K from its original 16mm camera negative. Brand new commentary with John DeHart, which I can't wait to listen to that. Brand new audio interview with him. Road to Revenge re-edit. That's the other title. Road to Revenge is the one I also remember it from. I think I heard about it on the Gentleman's Guide to Midnight Cinema podcast years and years ago. This is one they discovered, or at least they turned me on to it, so I saw it that way, and it was something. But yeah, so this is a really cool one if you like crazy, out of control stuff. There's John DeHart right there. All right, so Champagne and Bullets. And then this one I don't really know too much about. Alicat. There's both sides of the wonderful... Again, this is a VSA. This is 14, and Champagne and Bullets was 15. There's our slipcase. I didn't flip the artwork on this one yet. Looks like it has a poster inside and the disc. And this one, let's see. Billy has had enough of the thugs and gangsters who have been terrorizing her neighborhood. After her grandparents are savagely attacked on their way home, she decides to take matters into her own hands, and using her knowledge of martial arts, begins dishing out her own brand of justice, vigilante justice. I'm down for that. That sounds cool. I guess this one is on Amazon Prime if you want to check it out, maybe before you buy it. But I'm a kind of all in on the VSA person now, so they've kind of got me. But looks like it's newly scanned and restored in 4K from 35 camera negative. Got an interview with the co-director and an interview with one of the actors. I'm sure that'll be good. Then you got one of the centerpieces of the whole sale. I got the little thing sticking out. Six String Samurai, their VSU title for this round. Cult item from the early 2000s. It's got the classic, now classic. It's only been used twice, but the magnetic box, this really great design that Vinegar Syndrome has, I think, patented. That just as they did with Beastmaster, you pop it open, and then you can sort of use this to pull out all your stuff. So in this case, you have a really nice booklet, bound booklet. Glossy, very nice. Again, it's an essay and photo book. And then you've got your slipcase and your artwork. And then they have the old artwork too, which I may flip. I'm used to seeing that on the DVD. He looks like Jim Jarmusch there for some reason. So anyway, this one is another one they took just a ton of care with. It's in obviously 4K UHD, and like Beastmaster, this has an epic new documentary, Vegas Needs a King, the making of Six String Samurai, a brand new extended length making of documentary directed by Elijah Drenner, who I'm a huge fan of. I've met the man, and he's a good dude, and he made That Guy Dick Miller, and he made some other really cool documentaries, and he did the Beastmaster documentary, so if you like that, pretty sure you'll like this. But yeah, that's just one of the things. They've got a new commentary track with the director and cinematographer, and actually it looks like two. There's one with the director and cinematographer and one with just the director. I kind of like it when they do that, because the DP commentary will be a little bit more technical, but will get different things out. Despite the director being in both, they probably won't repeat themselves. They'll probably do two different approaches. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, so this is exciting. I just like I said, that they are taking the care and the time to really put together these great packages and make these films feel important. And they are important. But I think it's just when you just can't ignore a great package like this. You can't, it's hard not to want to give, like, let's say for me, like, I don't remember Six String Samurai, but I watched it a long time ago. And I don't remember if I loved it, or I don't remember what I thought of it. But when I hold this in my hand, I'm like, this is important. I need to reevaluate. And I like that feeling. And I hope that other people have that feeling as well. Same thing with this. This is another centerpiece for them. The Scanner Cop movies. Scanner Cop 1 and 2. Comes in a really nice... I'm sure you guys have seen this. Again, these guys... if you go back and watch my Indiana Jones unboxing, you can see how flimsy the case of that is. And again, like, Vinegar Syndrome doesn't mess around. This is a thick case. It's really nicely done and laminate, and just has a great smooth surface to it, and it just feels good. So they haven't done a double slipcase version like this before. So these just slide in and out, and then you have Scanner Cop. And these are both 4K, I should mention. They aren't just Blu-rays. This is 4K. Again, making it feel important. So Scanner Cop, which I've never seen. I've never seen either of the Scanner Cop movies. I've seen this cover thousands of times, and for whatever reason, it maybe looked too cheap, or I don't know why I didn't bother. But I've only heard that I should. And it's kind of nice when you get to this point and you haven't seen something, and then suddenly you got a 4K in your lap. You're like, well, I'm not feeling too bad I didn't see it, because now it's going to look better than ever. And so I'm excited. And they did, this is another one where they took a lot of care and time in terms of the features. There's like a 2-part documentary that they split over the 2 discs of a making of. And, there's some other stuff here. Commentary by the We Hate Movies podcast. Well, I hope they don't hate this movie. I don't know that podcast that well. But so anyway, so that's that one. And then obviously the artwork you can flip it back to the old stuff if you want. So that's Scanner Cop 1. And like I said, I haven't seen either of these. So, I'm familiar with the Scanners movies. I've seen maybe Scanners 2. I don't even think I've seen Scanners 3 yet. And I'm pretty sure I have... I want to say, yeah, there is. I have Scanners 2 and 3 right up here, and I don't think I've seen the third Scanners movie yet, and I've heard that's a lot of fun. So I got me some scannering to catch up on. But anyway, here's Scanner Cop 2: The Showdown. There's your interior art, and I should say these are Blu-ray and 4K. Same thing with that. Blu-ray and 4K. But yeah, I'm jazzed about this. It's gonna be fun to dive in, and it'll probably make me want to go back and watch some other Scanners movies and just get in a very Scanners frame of mind. But again, presentation, people. This is quality right here. I mean, these are not necessarily cheap releases, but you see the result is a much higher quality product. Somebody that cares about what they're doing, that really values the experience the customer gets holding it, putting it on a shelf, admiring it on a shelf. I know that sounds weird to look at movies that way, but that's what we collectors do. We like to put it on a shelf and see how it looks, And then this one, the Televised Terror, Volume 1. I love that we're going to get more than one volume of this. I love the general, Blu-ray approach where we're getting a lot of TV movies. We've gotten a lot of classic stuff on Blu-ray, which I never thought would happen. Kino's been doing a lot. Warner Archive has done a few. Now they're getting into the game. Vinegar Syndrome's getting into it. And this is that sort of classic design that they have, which is like a really nice box. This is like the Forgotten Jally boxes. If you have those, it feels just like that. The texture is just like that. The top pops off. And then inside we have 3 TV movies. Are You in the House Alone? Does this have alternate? No, okay. These don't have alternate artwork. They just have sort of a TV thing in the inside. This is the one I have seen, and it's good, but it looks like a slasher, and it's not really that. It's more of a rape, trauma, survival kind of movie with maybe the slightest edge of slasher a little bit, but don't expect a slasher straight or you're going to be disappointed. Very interesting though. Dennis Quaid in the cast and some other folks you'll recognize. But the other two I've definitely never seen. Child in the Night with a young Elijah Wood and Tom Skerritt. And this one also just has like the Please Stand By. And then this one has an audio essay by film historian Amanda Reyes, who is a TV movie expert. You always want to have her on your track. And she does one for this film as well, which I think is one of her favorites. She named her book after this. And go check out Amanda Reyes' book, Are You in the House Alone? A TV Movie Compendium is one of the great books on television movies. An incredible resource. Anyway, so she's on both of those, and I'll bet. Extended audio essay with film historians Amanda Reyes and Sam Pancake. So she's on the third one, which is Calendar Girl Murders, also with Tom Skerritt. And Robert Morse, Alan Thicke, Michael C. Gwynn. Oh, I'm a big Michael C. Gwynn fan. And Robert Culp. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So anyway, this one looks intriguing to me. This might be the one I'm most excited to check out for whatever reason. That cast, when you throw Robert Culp and Michael C. Gwynn in the mix. Of course, Sharon Stone. She's right there on the cover. I should have known. So yeah, that's number one I'm going to watch out of this. But yeah, newly scanned and restored in 2K from 35 millimeter camera negative. Same with this one. This one also interpositive on this one, but some solid restorations, I'm sure. Then we have the Cardona collection. I'll be honest, I'm a tiny bit less excited about this one, but I'm open. I'll check it out. You know what I mean? Like, we'll give it a look. But this is another side slip case. You know, it's kind of got the beveled edge there, and so then we have Cardona collection. The alternate artwork is this. And as you can see, it has Treasure of the Amazon, the Bermuda Triangle, and Cyclone. And a decent amount of features, it looks like. But so this is volume 1. And we're going to get more from Rene Cardona. And I'll be curious about him. I mean, I have not seen enough of his stuff. I would say the stuff I have seen, I haven't been blown away by, but, you know, again, I'm open. I'm open to discovery, and it couldn't be a better presentation as far as I'm concerned. So this is part 1 of that, and we'll get more of those. Maybe, I'm guessing probably this year. There you can see the back. All 3 titles are displayed. Then we have Alien from LA with Kathy Ireland, which is definitely a goofy movie that I remember Mystery Science Theater spoofing. And some cool looking punks there, though, I gotta say. And here's that other side artwork. Wanda's famed archaeologist father has been missing for years. Out of the blue, she receives an unexpected letter from her father's colleague in Africa informing her that his disappearance is due to the presumed death after falling down a bottomless pit. Deciding to make the transcontinental journey in the hope of finding him alive, Wanda flies to Africa only to end up stumbling down the same pit as her father. Once at the bottom of the hole, she discovers that it's the gateway to a lost subterranean civilization, Atlantis. Unfortunately, the Atlanteans don't take too kindly to visitors from the Earth's surface. An intentionally absurd late 80s cable TV mainstay from Canon Films. I forgot this Canon. You know, again, I'll watch this one. This would maybe have a few drinks before this one. Scanned and restored in 2K from 35 interpositive, and interview with Albert Pyun, and I generally enjoy Albert Pyun, so good to see Vinegar Syndrome. I think this might be one of the first Pyun titles they've done. So that's Alien from LA. It's a really nice slipcase. I know Aaron Pin on his channel noted there's almost a metallic hue to it. It's got like this extra gloss, so it's a little nicer than some of the other slipcases. Like this one, it's more of a matte kind of thing. This is the other thing I picked up. This is an older title, Memorial Valley Massacre. Somebody told me sort of a fun slashery thing. I thought it looked like a cannibal movie, so I had avoided it. But I don't know. We'll see. So this was my other pickup. This was on sale, and I just hadn't gotten it. Evil Land developer Alan Sangster just opened the latest tourist trap, the Memorial Valley Campground, as carloads of campers arrive for what they assume will be a weekend of fun in the great outdoors. A much more sinister presence is watching them from the nearby wilderness. When campers start turning up dead, their bodies brutally mangled, George, the head forest ranger, is tasked with finding the killer and putting an end to the bloodshed. So it does sound like a slasher in that sense. And in the woods slasher. So, I mean, I'm into that, you know. It could be interesting. Looks a little goofy, but newly scanned and restored in 4K from 35. Always great. But anyway, this video is far too long, and I'm so sorry that I went on and on about this stuff, but I was excited, as I said, to finally get it. So if this little tour was helpful at all, give the video a thumbs up if you could. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking now and maybe watch one of these and enjoy my pajamas. Everybody have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.